Hi everybody, Tony Harris here, TonyHarrisMentoring.com. Hope you are having an amazing day wherever you are in the world. Really quickly, been a few days since I connected. Really wanted to talk to you today about one or two things. Firstly, ask yourself a question. I wanted to ask you a question. How deliberate and how conscious are you living at the moment? Little cliched, I know, a bit of a cliched question, but one of the things that I know has really helped myself and many other people is developing what I would call an ultimate life vision plan. Now, I'm in my mid-50s, getting on the other side of my mid-50s, and I've been involved in personal development for over 40 years. But being clear, not only on your goals, but I guess goal setting or looking at goals on a period of time, whether it be short or long term, goals are very cliched. We can make resolutions, we can set goals, we can strive towards goals, we can forget about our goals, we can rehash our goals. I get it. Goals are important to a degree. But I think when you look at more of the macro as opposed to the micro, and you look at an ultimate life vision plan, it's getting a little more deliberate, it's getting more conscious in areas of your life. And it's certainly a deeper dive look at those areas in your life. One thing I know, when you create an ultimate life vision plan, you work on an empty slate. So it's not motivation that's coming from somebody, or it's not hype or inspiration, which is all good. It's not, don't get me wrong, but that's dialogue that's been drilled into you and to you, which you would be then downloaded, and then you would react accordingly, whether there's a buy-in to it or whether there's a not physical or mental buy-in, into whatever's being talked to you about. But when you start with an empty slate, when you start with just a clean slate or an empty slate, it comes from within. So this work is transformational. This work is very profound, and it's very deep, and it does take time, but living an ultimate life, isn't that worth investing the time? And it may take 10-15 minutes a day for 30 days. It may take a little longer for a little less time. You could knock this off in a week, one or two categories a day, if you have the time to really dedicate to it, or it may take you longer. It may take you 3, 4, 5 weeks or whatever. But I would thoroughly suggest you look at the categories of your life and get deep with the categories. Don't just go to the regular 2 or 3: health and fitness, finances, career, relationships. Go deeper than that. Go into your emotional, go into your intellectual, go into your social connection, go into your parenting, whether it be parenting or other relationships. Go into an ultimate life vision. Get a little deeper with your categories and ask yourself a few questions in those categories. And remember, this is prompted purely by the information you get would be prompted purely by the questions that you ask yourself. And in each category, I'd want the premise on that would be, what is your current belief? Number one question that you would ask in any category of your life. Let's take health and fitness. What is your current belief of your current health and fitness right now? What do you believe? Now, is it a limiting belief? Is it a sabotaging belief, or do you have a really positive outlook and a positive belief on your current state of your finances, or your current state of your career, or your current state of your love relationships? That would be number one question. And if it is a limiting belief, well, then you can knock it on the head and you can rewrite that belief so that it becomes more empowering and more inspiring, and which will help you live a little more consciously towards your ultimate life vision in that particular category. So number one is what is your belief, and make it get rid of the limiting and negative beliefs and turn that into a positive. Number two would be, with as much specificity, no, that's not a word, as much clarity, there you go. Specificity, no, that's not a word. Be as specific as you possibly can with this next one. But what do you want? With as much clarity, what do you want in that category? Rewrite your health and fitness goal with how you want to live your life the rest of your life, and be as clear and be as specific as you possibly can to make that vision. That becomes your vision. All right, your vision for that category, your vision for your parenting role, your vision for your love relationship, your vision for your career. All right, and be as conscious and be as specific as you possibly can. What do you want? So number one is, what are your beliefs in the category? Number two is, what do you want in that category? How do you want to live your life in that category? Okay, be as clear, and your clarity there is really, really the key. Don't just be a very broad brush look at that. Be as clear as you possibly can. Number three would be your purpose. The purpose behind what you want, your beliefs and what you want in that category, and that's your why. Again, that's probably a little cliche, but so many people don't understand their purpose behind what they want in their particular, in those categories. And that's the driving force. That really is the driving force behind your success, and the driving force behind whether you'll actually achieve what you've set out in your vision, or whether you won't achieve it. And and that really, really comes down to the purpose. All right, understanding the purpose, understanding the why. Why do you want what you put in your vision? Why do you want it? What's your purpose behind it? And once you understand your why, then, as I say, that becomes very much the driving force. And the last one is, what do I need to do? What strategy or what massive action do I need to do to achieve what I want? So that becomes the strategic plan. All right. So it's very, very profound work. One thing that will happen when you go through this sequence of 4 questions, it will get very deep. It will transform your life. Not too many people go into the deep dive, into the depth that we are talking about here. But you'll find when you do, it will unveil so many things that are inside you that you are probably in your subconscious at the moment, and you are unaware that's actually there. Once you bring it to the surface, then it really, really does become transformational. All right. Remember, you're designing your ultimate life vision plan. All right. This is not a weekly goal. This is not a monthly goal. This is something that you want, how you want to live your life. All right. I stress, look at your categories and go as deep and as wide as you want to go with your categories. Don't just run into the 3 or 4 categories. As I mentioned before, I've got 12 categories. 12 categories of your life. Can be more, can be less. All right. But I wouldn't suggest too many less. Once you've done the work in each and every category, then you can write yourself a total life vision. And you may end up with many, many, many pages of work with your 12 categories. And then what I would suggest you do is break it down on 1 or 2 pages, which would be your ultimate life vision plan. When you do the work, take the time to do the work. All right, don't rush through it. If you feel like you've got 10, 15 minutes a day in the morning, sometimes it's really great to get that work done in the morning when it's clear and you're clear-headed and the phone's not ringing, you're not in your daily, your daily surroundings or being distracted. My suggestion, it's a great time to do it before you actually get into the day. Spend 10, 15 minutes a day, but get into the work, do the work. Start to live more consciously, start to live more deliberately. Remember, this comes from within. And this is all something that that's being drawn out of you by those questions that I've suggested. Hopefully you can get the work done. If you have any issues, drop me a line, drop me an email, drop me a comment below, wherever this is posted. I'm here to help. If you want any more deeper suggestions or deeper work with this sort of stuff, creating an ultimate life vision plan, I'm certainly here to help. Hope you have a great day. Remember, you can live an optimum life completely by your design, which is what you're trying to do here, and you can completely have it on your terms. Go out there today and be great. See you later. Bye-bye.